it's Roxy Fab, and welcome to the Roxy Fab Show. Today, I'm so excited. I'm not even going to talk that much today because I'm so excited for this young man to come here, and you are going to be too. You've already seen him. You've met him virtually. He's been on every news channel out here. He is verified on Instagram. When some of us can't get verified on Instagram. We don't have that many followers. You know what I mean? He is verified on Instagram, and he just did something so amazing. And he's continuing to do amazing things in our city for our community. And it's just going to warm your heart when you hear everything that this man has to say. It is Terrill Haigler. He's 31 and he is known as Philly's favorite trash man. Oh my gosh. Hey, Terrill.
Hey, Roxy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm incredible.
Yes.
It's a great time to be alive right now.
It is. Even during everything we're going through. You know what I mean? It is. Blessings are still flowing severely if you got the faith and believe and know that it's yours. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So I'm so excited. I just want to jump right in.
Let's go.
You know what I mean?
Let's go.
So it all started, how long were you a sanitation worker for the city of Philadelphia, and how long were you doing that?
I was a sanitation worker from December 2019 to February 2021.
Okay, so right before. Just a second ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute, right before the pandemic? No, we're in 2020 right now.
Well, I was a sanitation worker for 3 months before the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
So from December to February, I thought I had it down pat. I thought, listen, this is easy. And then March came, and essentially we became, frontline workers and essential workers picking up trash. And it shifted a whole perspective for everybody.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I mean, my God. And plus trash got bigger because people were home.
Yeah, so I think the numbers are there was like 35 to 40% more trash on the ground per pickup, versus years before. So you still got the same amount of blocks. But you got, so now where something would take you 10 minutes to pick up, it's taking you about 25 minutes, 30 minutes, on one block. And that's how the trash delay started. And then we had those 2 huge rainstorms where you couldn't even see out the truck. So, Oh
my gosh.
Along with having, almost 300 sanitation workers dealing with COVID, either, testing positive or being quarantined.
Man, oh my gosh. Like, I didn't even think about all that. Yeah. So instead of starting a normal 6 a.m. day,
7 a.m.
7 a.m. day and getting off
3 p.m.
3. Mm-hmm. What time were you getting off then?
And the height of it, we were doing I was doing 7 to 7. I know at one point I worked 16 days straight, Monday through Sunday. And my driver, I call him OG. He's 60 years old.
Oh, wow.
He did 22 days straight.
Oh, my
7
gosh.
to 7.
Bless him. Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Because, we care. We wanted to get the trash out.
Yeah.
We wanted to because we knew if it stayed on the ground, how dangerous it could be, especially with the pandemic. So.
But with the pandemic, and then coming in the spring and summer, the pandemic hit in March, so we're spring, and then summer was coming right over. The kids were home.
Hot.
It was hot.
Can't ride your bike on the street because it's 30 piles of trash bags in front of every house, and that is why, and one of the reasons that propelled me to start the Instagram page is just to give a little insight for the public what it was to be a sanitation worker, and then also just to ask the public for grace and understanding as we dealt with the pandemic. When I was a kid, the stigma was, trash men are lazy, they make millions of dollars, they don't do nothing, this, that, and the third. And after becoming one, I can tell you right now, they don't make millions of dollars.
You're right about that.
They
don't.
Not make,
they don't.
My base salary was $32,000 as a sanitation worker.
And that's way under what it should be. I mean,
no hazardous pay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
Dealing with needles and rusted nails, and on my Instagram, one of my best posts is a possum got stuck in the truck. And people were like, just grab it. I'm not animal control. So, but imagine going from sanitation worker, they expect you to be animal control. When people are upset, they want you to be their therapist. And then you got to go back to sanitation worker. You know, so I think, and hopefully I try to just shed a light on the human side of being a sanitation worker to let people know robots don't pick up your trash. Right. These are actual human beings dealing with life, kids, wife, husband, nephew, uncle, son, daughter, and they have to do their jobs and live life at the same time, just like you do.
Yeah, so. It's somebody's child. Yeah. And that's why it's crazy. I was telling you before we started that my son was a sanitation worker where we live at for maybe about 2-3 years or so, and during that process it made me to slow down. You know what I mean? Because I can admit that, you know, I'm like banging on the horn like come on, hurry up, and then I'm trying to fly around and, you know, they're jumping off the truck, running and jumping at the same time. One is dangerous. And I said, you know what, no. And there were times where I'd have a case of water in the car and it's hot. For sure. I would literally pull over, here, you know, and I drive slow. I put my hazards on, like, slow down, people. There's people working. We got to slow down.
Because it's funny, because it's like, you get mad that we picking up the trash, but you get mad if we don't pick up the trash. Right. So I'm like, you know, so that was like one of the reasons why the Instagram I was like, listen. And, you know, my personality, I get somewhere and I'm like, all right, what's the ins and outs? Let me learn it. Okay, cool. And how do we make it better? Because I'm not working harder than I need to. And there was just so many things I was seeing. I was asking, you know, people that were 30 years on the job, like, you know, hey, like, this is this and that. And like, oh, it's been that for years. I'm like, that makes it okay?
Right.
Just because it's been like that for years, that makes it okay?
A lot of people don't want to change.
I was the only one saying something. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go to social media.
Right. Because then you look like the bad guy, the only one, you know, quote unquote complaining or however you want to do it. So, oh my gosh. So it all propelled from one particular situation?
Yes. I'm gonna say yes. What gave me the confirmation that I needed to start the Instagram was like 2 or 3 articles that came out, and the articles were blaming sanitation workers for the trash delays, and you know, all the residents were upset, and I heard, they're just using sick time for no reason. I was just like, who's defending us? Who's going to share our perspective?
Right.
And I waited a little bit, and I didn't hear anything. So I was like, you know what? June 17th was my first post. June 17th, 2020 was my first post. And I was just like, hey, you know, and I like to think I'm funny. I like to think I'm charming. I said I could spin it a little bit. You know, I have a theater background. You know, I can make it fun. But I'm going to educate the public on what it is we sanitation workers do and what it looks like for our daily lives and how it affects us when the whole city is attacking us and all we're trying to do is help.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Now, I heard this one particular story, so I don't know.
What story? How I got my name? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay, so how I got my name was, I forget what day it was. We have to, you know, each day there's a different route, but you do the same route on that day. So Tuesday's route, Wednesday route. Right. Forget what day it was, and there's this really wonderful woman. She always came outside. She always spoke. She always was nice. But she was old. She was really elderly. And she always had these 2 big trash cans. And when we would dump her cans, she would come out and drag her cans back and put it over her porch. So I think maybe after the 3rd time, I said, no, don't worry about it. I got you. And I take the cans and I would put it on. She was, oh, thank you, baby. You're so kind. And so one time, I was just, you know, me being me, just talking to everybody. I put the cans on her porch and I was like, I'm your favorite trash man, ain't I? And she was like, yeah, you are, baby. You my fave trash man. So when I was going to make the Instagram, that story was like one of the first things that resonated with me. I was like, that's my name.
Wow.
Your fave trash man.
Wow. Now, through a mutual friend of ours, shout out to Bill Kyle. We love him so much. Oh my gosh. Can't wait to talk to him soon. He was telling me a story that you went back to a house to?
Yeah. So, as a sanitation worker, there are things that I never knew about, never knew existed.
Right.
So here in the city of Philadelphia, if so happened the city cuts your water off because you can't afford to pay your bill, some people choose to use their trash can as their bathroom. So one day, it was really hot. Really hot. It had to be like 100 outside. And I knew we were on what's that, Castor Avenue? I think it's Castor. Yeah.
And this is COVID time. Is this COVID time too?
It's in the middle of COVID.
Oh, okay.
So this is like July, mid-July.
Wow.
On Castor Avenue. There's one particular house had the whole trash can and it was taped down. And it was a note that said, "Please take whole can," with a smiley face.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, this is me still like learning the job. I took the whole can and thought the whole can was trash. When we went to compress the trash, it was nothing but human feces and urine and just everything that you would, release from yourself inside the can.
Wow.
And I didn't compress it till way down the street.
Right. Okay.
But to me, the fact that someone has to do that was an issue.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I just kind of went back to the house. I was, and I saw the person. I'm like, is everything okay? Like, I'm a sanitation worker, but listen, you know what you did. We gotta walk behind that for the rest of the day. But like, I feel bad that's what you have to, resolve to. Like that's your only option right now because of. That's how I knew that they told me that the water was off, so they had no other choice, and so that shifted a lot for me to know that I'm not going to say I'm up here living with all this money, but I was blessed enough to just be able to survive, and to see somebody not to be able to survive. It just struck me in a different way, as a sanitation worker. I was just like, wow, like. And it even has a nickname, and so this is a thing. Like this is a thing in Philly. Like they have a nickname. We call them cans.
Oh wow!
And I was like,
wow. So so it's wow. How many times? You know what I mean?
That was my first one, and my partner was like, yeah, man. If it ever say take the whole can, that's what it usually means. And I'm just like. And we normalize this?
Right, and I was going to say, and again, that's okay?
And I'm just like, wow, and then it just dawned on me that there's people in this city that is their everyday life. Yeah. That is their season right now. And I'm just like, this, so, and that was in the middle of my t-shirt campaign that I was doing for sanitation workers. So I started a t-shirt campaign with the logo on it, and I wanted to sell 2,000 t-shirts. I just wanted to raise money to buy PPE and cleaning supplies. And, a lot of my co-workers and colleagues were getting sick because there's 3 of us in the truck. We're sitting as close as these pillows are. And we didn't have enough information about the pandemic. We didn't get a roster in the morning from our supervisor like, hey, 10 houses on your route has COVID. So you think somebody's sneezing and coughing and quarantining, where's all that going?
Yep.
In the trash. And then what do? We come take the trash. So we were catching it. So I was like, the city wasn't prepared to deal with COVID. The whole country wasn't. So to ask them to give more, they didn't have it. And I'm cut from a cloth. If somebody can't do for you, you do for yourself. So I was like, okay, we can't get no PPE, we can't get no cleaning supplies. I'm old school. I know I'm 31, but I live my life like a 95-year-old. My people ask me what's my favorite singer. I say Donny Hathaway.
All right. I like it.
So that's how I roll.
Right.
So I'm like, what can I do? What is in my wheelhouse? And I was like, t-shirts. Everybody wears t-shirts. It's in the middle of the summer. Let's do a t-shirt campaign. So at that time, the Instagram had I say 1,200, 1,300 followers.
Okay.
Because I started just doing more things in sanitation on Instagram, so I started picking up a little bit.
Right, so people could see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but when I announced the T-shirt campaign, a follower was like, "Hey, try custom ink. They do campaigns like this all the time, this, that, and the third." So I signed up on custom ink on a Tuesday night. Wednesday, I had a couple of friends help me design the T-shirt. Wednesday, I launched the campaign, and we raised the city helped us. The sanitation department raised $32,000 in 4 weeks.
Wow!
We sold 2,020 T-shirts.
Wow!
And I used every single cent to buy PPE and cleaning supplies. It's even a video on my Instagram when the truck came with the delivery from all the PPE and cleaning supplies that we got. So I mean, and I just did my best when I could to spread it around yards and take it here, and then that was kind of the start. That whole campaign and me, speaking out. Bill Anderson came and was one of my, did an interview. Aaron from Channel 6, and then Stephanie from the Enquirer. So everybody started coming, and then I got a call from a national reporter, Abigail Cruz. She writes for GMA, but nationally in DC.
Okay.
She did an article on me, both of us being from North Philly, and then that night David Muir called and was like, "We need you on the show," and then. And by the end of September, I was on the Kelly Clarkson show. Yeah. So, I mean, and then at that point, I was around like 19,000 followers. And I was just like, cool, this is what we're going to do. But then, I always wanted to keep pushing it forward. Like, how can I, because thinking about that person on Castor Avenue, how can I impact the community now with a platform?
Right.
What can I do to serve my community now that I have a platform? And that's when I forgot how I got linked with them, with Sharing Access, and we talked and we met. I think they might have reached out, and we held my first food drive on October 10th, 2020, for frontline workers, and we did it at my church. So my church does food drives all the time. So I, went to my pastor. I was like, "Hey, I want to do a big one, And we went and got the 40-foot truck and everything, and we were able to feed 1,500 frontline workers.
Oh, wow.
But, and sadly that morning, my mother had a heart attack.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so she had a heart attack around 5 a.m., and the event started at like 11.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. Yeah, so I knew she would have wanted me to continue.
Yeah.
And do it. Yeah.
Yeah, because she instilled that in you.
Yeah,
wow.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yep,
Yeah.
So I kept trying to truck along, get through the day, and it was a happy, bittersweet moment.
Right.
Right. But,
right.
Yeah. One of our last conversations was, and we didn't know it was going to be our last conversation, but it was about me always pushing forward, always impacting community, always making a difference, and she was like, "You should change the world so your kids don't have to." So I'm like, that's what I'm going to do. That's what she said. She said, "You got to change the world so your kids don't have to." So
that was one of the last conversations?
Yeah. She ended up passing November 1st.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, what a statement.
If I would have known that was going to be our last conversation, we would have talked a whole lot more. But, yep. And that was at 1 in the morning. But look how you've changed the world. Yeah. I'm trying.
Day by day,
one block at a
week
time
by
is what
week.
I say.
One block at a time.
One block
I
at
mean,
a time.
it's funny because all I keep saying is, wow. I'm just, because like I said, reading up about you, and I kept saying, I'm not taking a bunch of notes. I just want him to tell the story, Because as I was just reading things, and like I said, people who interviewed you, and I'm like, okay, yeah, he was on Kelly Clark. Wait, what? And it's just... like you said, just coming from North Philly.
Yeah.
And
humble,
right,
out of the way guy. And I was on the waiting list for sanitation for 2 years. I applied for the job 2017, and I got the call October 2019. My first day was December 30th. 2019.
It was meant for you to be there.
I don't believe in coincidences. Everything is an ordered divine step. And I say, in the middle of a pandemic, I've been blessed enough to create something, to impact community, be able to service people, and really just change how I look at life. I can have deeper conversation with my kids, and now I feel like I have something to give. I've done a few talks at a few schools, at Rosemont College, at Temple and stuff, and everyone's like, yes, this is what we all want to do. We want to, and I'm like, listen, you can do it. Yeah. If I can do it, you can do it. But I just want to instill in people the power of their voice, and that's one of the things that's pushing me, to my new adventure that I'm gonna be announcing on March 8th.
Okay, all right, I'm excited about that because you're obviously not able to tell me nothing.
No, I'm joking. We can do a breaking news. We can do a breaking news. So right here, you're gonna hear it first. With Roxy.
I'm excited.
March 8th, I will be launching a 90-day civic engagement campaign with the City Commissioner's Office.
Nice.
Yeah, so what we are doing is we are going to get into these neighborhoods here in Philadelphia and across the state of Pennsylvania. We're going to get them civically engaged, and we're going to educate them on the power of their vote. And the goal is to register 1 million people to vote over those 90 days. Okay. But the even bigger goal is to get 1 million people to show up for a May primary.
Right. Okay.
Across the Commonwealth.
Okay.
Because people, the saying is, if it's not a mayor, governor, or president, people don't vote.
Yeah, people don't show up. Right.
What I'm noticing as I do these cleanups, as I do these food drives, community has a lot to say. But we've put people in position of power that don't speak the same language. They don't fight the same way. They don't fight for our issues. They don't care, not to say they don't care about us, but we have different views. Right. So now it is the time to educate people. There's an election in Philadelphia every 6 months. It's time to educate people in that aspect and let people know, like, listen, if you want more money to go to education, you need to elect a city controller that cares about education.
Right.
And then I think, along with doing the cleanups and along with doing the food drives, will actually shift the perspective of community where they'll start to feel like their voice is being heard, and then they'll lift the standard in their own community. Once they lift the standard in their own community, then we can start attacking gun violence. And we can start attacking food. It'll be a snowball effect. But I believe the cleanliness, of the neighborhood is where it starts. You walk outside and your grass is cut, your driveway is clean.
Yeah, you feel better. It looks better.
You start speaking to folks and everything.
Right.
But you come outside, there's paper bags and trash and this and that, and then, you look down the corner, there's drug dealers, but you don't care because you don't care.
Right.
But once you care, then you care.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's the whole mission. That's the whole drive behind why I'm trying to get 1 million people civically engaged right now is because, and then we can talk about judges all day long. This is a judicial race, right, where we're electing judges, and I say to anybody, the judges that we allow, your nephew, your son, your dad, your mother, your cousin may get in front of that judge. Yep. Now, if you don't know nothing about that judge, then you just toss it in the wind. Right. Yeah. But if you vetted that judge, if you've been on the town hall, if you know that this judge is transparent, open, progressive. So now you like, I closed the gap between the public and the department. We're trying to close the gap between community and the judicial system, where we're going to put people in a position of power that look like us, that speak like us, that talk like us. And what I always say is that's been through the mud, through the trenches, that understand
what we're going through or have been through, and our next generation is going to go through, and things like that, because that's what happened. People will just look, oh, okay, all right, I'm going to vote for them, or they just look at the thing, and if they
the first eight,
I was going to say, if they show up,
exactly,
that's what they do, and then you have somebody there that has no idea, possibly no idea of what they're even doing. Two, they don't care. Like you said, they know nothing about that particular community. They just want that title. So you don't get anybody who cares about this worker, that worker. They're not worried about that. They're going to worry about money. And then, and
we allow candidates like that because we don't show up.
Right.
Now, when you make people show up, you hold candidates accountable. Now you get the community to ask them questions. Now we get to see the real candidate. Now there's a responsibility shift, not onto the voter, but onto the candidate to show up. to be who you are, to really speak, to understand community. Not you analyzed it and you got statistics and you heard all the numbers. No, you've been in community. You had a talk. So now the responsibility is on the candidate to now you're going to sell me you. Sell me you. Let me know why I should push that button for you. Versus I'm a Democrat, good. Boom.
Right.
That's where, and so if I can shift that, I think community will look really different in 2 to 3 years. I feel really good about it. I feel really strong about it. And I think as I use your Fav Trashman as the front runner and have this behind him, as I'm still going to do my cleanups, I'm still going to do my food drives, I'm still going to be, just out and about with community. But once we get there, I mean, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Sky's the limit.
Changing the world.
One block at a time.
Changing the world. So you got some cleanups.
I do.
Going on. So tell me what the cleanups.
Okay, so March 13th, we will be in South Philly. Don't have an address yet. It's kind of funny. I drove around South Philly and I'm talking to a guy at 311 and I'm talking to a guy at Clip and he was like, yeah, since your Instagram, we made sure we start cleaning now.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, well, I'm trying to find somewhere to go now.
Right.
And then there's a lot in Northeast for March 20th.
Okay.
From what I'm told, this lot has been deserted. It's a mini landfill.
Okay.
And I contacted Councilman Mark Squealer. He jumped right on board. He called Clip. He called Tom. He called Vernon Smith. He called everybody. Got the emails like a half a day later. And so that is confirmed. We are going to get a cleanup. So I'm going to try to get volunteers out there. T-Mobile's going to bring DJs. Gold Puff will bring snacks. Honesty will bring drinks. And we're just going to clean that whole entire lots. Clip will bring trash trucks. So my thing is I want to bring the trash trucks because instead of picking it up and bagging it, let's pick it up, put it in the truck, and then get rid of it. We'll never say it again. We don't gotta wait for somebody to come pick it up.
Absolutely.
Put it right in the truck. And the goal is to, after the lot is clean, to work with some people to maybe plant a garden or some trees or make it a dog park or something.
So it doesn't happen again.
Exactly.
Right, because that will be just like you said.
Raise the standard in that neighborhood. You know what I mean? Raise the expectation so that now community is coming together. And in the middle of the pandemic, we need that.
Yeah, we
do. So many people have lost people. So many people are afraid of what's happening. So many people are unemployed and everything. Yeah. And I just can't. Me and a friend of mine just came up with three sayings: do good, be kind, and spread love. And that's all I try to do in anything that I do is to do good, be kind, and spread love. So those are my morals, those are my values. So in all the cleanups, we're going to be doing good, we're going to be being kind, and we're going to be spreading love.
Wow. So, and you have one on April 10th,
April 10th,
too, right?
April 10th.
Right, and that's in West Philly.
West Philly, 51st and Master. That's the one with sharing access. Yeah.
Okay.
So we will be doing... it's a whole lot and block and everything right down the street from their warehouse. And so sharing access... they give out food every Saturday at Malcolm X Park.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I worked with them a bunch of times. 2-3 weeks ago, we gave out 1,000 boxes of food right there on 52nd and Market or 52nd and Vine.
Right there.
On Malcolm X Park.
Yeah.
So they're going to be giving out goodies for volunteers and everything. T-Mobile will be there again, like all my sponsors and my partners, and I'm even getting DMs about people wanting to do little mini cleanups. If there's a little block at an abandoned house, we're gonna do it in your Fav Trashman honor. So that's the wave I want to get on. Get people excited. Once people start cleaning up their own neighborhood, we dangerous.
Yes, we
are.
We
dangerous.
Yes, we are. Oh my God! I'm like, I don't live in the city, but I think I'm coming. I'm gonna come
you
with
invited.
something. I'm gonna definitely have to come
you
with
always
something.
invited.
I'm gonna have to volunteer.
Yeah, you always invited.
Take off the wig,
right,
put on a scarf, put some Timbs on.
Get your favorite.
Oh, I'm totally gonna do it. I don't know why you didn't bring it out. I totally need
I didn't ask you your size. I should have asked you your size.
Absolutely need
but
that.
I got you one. I
can't wait. Oh my gosh.
We got the mask, support sanitation.
Oh yeah.
We got a little bit.
I love it.
But yeah, everything is going towards just helping the community.
Yeah.
For sure. I love my community. This is the best city I think in the world, and I know that we have a lot to offer, even though some might think bad things happen in Philadelphia. You know, and then we were voted the dirtiest city in America by Forbes. So I'm coming right at him.
That's right.
I'm right at him.
That's right. Oh my gosh. So everybody can find all the information, all your flyers when you get everything together. And what is the Instagram?
The Instagram is @YAVFAV. I'm sorry, I said YAV.
It's
_YAFAV Trashman. Your fave Trashman. I don't even know my own handle. It's been a long day. I've been driving around South Philly all day trying to find trash.
I know.
And it doesn't exist. But yeah, your fave Trashman on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. It's the same across the board. If anybody wants to donate, we have a Cash App. We have a Venmo. It's your fave Trashman.
Okay.
There's a yourfavetrashman.com. I have a volunteer sign up list.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you know, we got to be professional.
Yes.
We got to be professional. So there's a yourfavetrashman.com. And you can go and sign up to be a volunteer. I'm starting a newsletter. I'm starting some initiatives. We're trying to start something called Trash Ambassadors. We're doing a lot. The city needs a lot, but we got energy. We ready.
Yes.
We ready.
Oh my God, Terrill, I'm so glad.
Yes, it's been amazing.
You came by. Oh my God, I was so excited. I was
Anything
so
for
excited.
Roxy. You famous.
Oh my God, that's you. I'm trying to get verified. I still got about 80,000 people to follow me before I get verified.
No. I'm off the camera. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna tell you how.
Oh my gosh, it was such a pleasure.
Yes.
I'm so excited for you and your family and everything that you're doing. You know, and I know your mom is up there shouting.
Listen, she the reason all this is happening.
Yes.
Listen, you know, I was talking to somebody at my church, and I was, you know, just having really rough days, and she said to me that your mom could do more for you up there than she could down here. And at that moment, I was like, you know what? I gotta release everything. Can't hold on to nothing.
Right.
Mom, you knew best. So now she got the dopest guardian angel around. So I know she maneuvering. She tapped on your guardian angel like, tell Roxy to hit my son. Tell Bill, tell Roxy.
That's right. Oh my God.
She was up there telling everybody what to do. I already know.
Yes. You're about to change the world.
For sure. One block at a time.
Ah!
For sure.
You guys. Terrill Haigler. Your fave Trash Man.
Make your voting plan with your fave Trash Man.
There you go. There you go. Follow him. It's everything. It's your fave Trash Man. YA fave FAV Trash Man _ your fave Trash Man on Instagram. Find them everywhere. Donate. Volunteer. I say we show up. We need to pick a weekend.
Come on.
And I say we show up deep.
What else? We're going to have a party.
That's right. We're going to have a party. T-Mobile's bringing a DJ. What's up? Let's go.
COVID conscious.
There you go. Right. COVID conscious. That's right. Always wear your mask. Be safe. We're going to have PPE for days.
Yes, for sure.
I will see you there. Thank you so much again.
Thanks, Roxy. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I got so much love for you.
Yes, for sure.
Oh, my God.
Nothing but love.
Yes. It's the Roxy Fab Show. Take care. Have a good one.
Good night.